My topic for today is all about power. Ang kapangyarihan ay madalas na tinutukoy ng mga siyentipikong pampulitika bilang kakayahang maimpluwensyahan ng pag-uugali ng iba o mayroon o walang pagtutol. Ang termino na otoridad ay madalas na ginagamit para sa kapangyarihan na pansin bilang lehitimo na strukturang panlipunan. Ang paggamit ng lakas ay hindi kailangan kasangkot sa pamimilit, puwersa o banta ng puwersa. Maging sa buhay o politika, lahat tayo ay kailangan magkaroon ng tiyak na moralidad at etika. Ang mga karapatang pantao at pantay na tinig ay isang haligi para sa anumang bansa. Ang mga pinuno o sino mang namamahala ay kailangan igalang ang kanilang pinamumunan.
So, dumako naman tayo sa source of power. So, meron tayong dalawang source of power. Nandiyan si organizational power at si individual power. So, dito muna tayo kay organizational power. Pag sinabi natin organizational power, it is a power derived from a person's position in an organization and from control over valuable resources afforded by that position. So, pag sinabi kasi natin organizational power from the word itself, organization, di ba? We're talking about the organization. So, alam naman natin lahat na sa isang organization is merong pinakamataas na posisyon. Sabihin na natin president. So, yung president na yun, siya yung mag-handle lahat ng gagawin doon sa organization niya. Yan, siya yung magdi-decide, siya yung magko-control. Pwede kayong mag-suggest, pero siya yung magdi-decide sa organization na iyon. So, under organizational power, meron tayong 6 categories. Nandiyan si reward power, coercive power, legitimate power, information power, process power, and the last is representative power. So, dito muna tayo kay reward power. So, it is the extent to which a leader can use extrinsic and intrinsic reward to control and influence other people. So, dito sa reward, pag sinabi kasi nating reward, ito yung mga, pag maganda yung pinapakita mo, pag maganda yung pakikisama mo, is, asahan mo, may reward kang matatanggap. Alam naman natin yung from the word self-reward, di ba? Reward, may matatanggap kang reward. Pag maganda yung pinapakita mo dun sa grupo na yan. Next one is the coercive power. So when we say coercive power, it is the degree to which a leader can decide rewards or administer punishment to control other people and let them follow his want. So nandiyan na, punishment. So pag sinabi natin reward. And then itong coercive is opposite ng reward, which is punishment. So, for example, si manager, ipo-force niya si employee na sundin yung order. And then, pag hindi sunod ni employee yung order ni manager is, bibigyan siya ng punishment or parusa. Ayun lang yun. Basta dito sa coercive is, meron siyang punishment. Ayun. Next one is the legitimate power. So when we say legitimate power, it is the extent to which a leader can use subordinates' internalized values or belief that the boss has a right of command to control his subordinates' behavior. So dito sa legitimate power, ito yung ginagamit niya yung mga tao para mapasunod kanya. Yung parang gagamitin mo yung mga tao para mas sundin nila yung gusto mo. Kumbaga, follow the leader, ganon. Yung parang lahat ng sasabihin mo, lahat ng iutos mo is gagawin nila. Gagamitin mo yung mga tao para sundin lahat ng gusto mo. Parang ginagawa mo silang alipin, ganon. Yung legitimate power. So, the next one is the information power. So, when we say the information power, the leader has the access and control of information. This could be granted to specialized and managers in the middle of information system. So, dito sa information power, which person possess or wanted information. Ito yung kinukontrol mo yung mga information na dumadating sa'yo. For example, sa isang company, di ba? So, may dumating na letter or order, letter kay manager. And then, yung letter na yun is nakasaad doon na pabagsak na yung company. So, dahil sa ayaw mong malaman ng mga employee mo na pabagsak na yung company nila or company mo, is kinip mo yung letter na yun. Parang tinago mo para hindi malaman ng mga employee mo. Pero take note, hindi siya pang long-term strategy. Yes, hindi siya pang long-term strategy. Kaya kahit gaano mo itago yung letter na yan, malalaman at malalaman at malalaman ng mga employee mo na pabagsak na yung company. So, parang sa relationship lang yan, di ba? Relasyon ng magjowa, di ba? Yung kahit gaano kayo katagal sa isa't isa, kahit gaano nyo kumahal yung isa't isa, kung hindi kayo para sa isa't isa, wala din. Happy Valentine's. Next is the process power. So when we say process power, the leader has full control over the methods of production and analysis. Thereby, placing an individual is the position of influencing how inputs are transformed into outputs, as well as managing the analytical process used to make choices. So, dito sa process power is, ginagamit mo yung position mo para mapasunod mo yung mga tao. For example, ikaw yung president. So, lahat ng sasabihin mo, isusundin nila kasi ginagamit mo yung position mo. For example, ako yung president, dapat kailangan niya akong sundin, ganyan. Parang gagamitin mo sila, tatakutin mo sila dahil sa posisyon mo. Ikaw lahat ang magde-decide ng suggestion nila kung isasama mo ba yan. Kasi ikaw yung may hawak lahat nun eh. Ikaw yung president, ikaw yung sinusunod nila. The last one is the representative power. So when we say representative power, the legal right conferred to speak by the as representative of potentially significant group composed of individuals from department or outside the firm. So dito sa representative power, from the word self-represent, ikaw yung mga nag-represent ng mga grupo, ganyan. Ikaw yung mga nag-i-introduce sa mga grupo na sila yung ito, sila yung ganyan, sila yung ganire, ganyan. Parang ikaw yung nag-i-introduce from the word self-represent, diba? Bago naman tayo sa pangalawang source of power, which is the individual power. So when we say individual power or personal power, it is a power derived from personal characteristics that are valued to the organization. So dito is based on strength, confidence, and competence that individuals gradually acquire in their course. So dito, from the word self-personal, individual, tayong tinutukoy dyan, yung ating kanya-kanyang karakteristik. So meron tayong kanya-kanyang karakteristik na yung mga bagay na ayon is kaya mong gawin pero hindi ko kayang gawin, or opposite, kaya kong gawin or hindi mo naman kayang gawin, gano'n. Kunwari, mataas yung confident ko, ikaw hindi, or kumbaga mataas yung confident mo, ako hindi. Ayun yung kanya-kanya nating karakteristik, 'di ba? Meron tayong kanya-kanyang karakteristik bilang isang tao. Under personal power, individual power, meron tayong tatlo. Nandyan si referent power, rational power, and then si expert power. So, dumago tayo kay expert power. So, when we say expert power, the ability to control another person's behavior through the position of knowledge, experience, or judgment that other person needs but does not here. So, dito is, sa expert power is, ginagamit mo yung mga bagay kung saan ka magaling or kung saan yung advantage mo. For example, sa classroom. Di ba sa classroom meron tayong tinatawag din na classroom officer. So, doon is, for example, tatakbo akong president. So, bilang tatakbo akong president is, gagamitin ko yung advantage ko, yung kagalingan ko sa pananalita, sa pagbigkas ng mga salita, ganyan. And then, gagamitin ko, ilalabas ko yung mga plataforma ko bilang isang president. So, dahil doon is, makukuha ko yung loob ng mga tao. Para iboto ako. So, dahil doon is, there's a chance na pwedeng maging president ako. Dahil ginamit ko yung plataforma ko, ginamit ko yung advantage ko kung saan ako magaling. Next is rational persuasion. So, when we say rational persuasion, ask them. Yung parang, tanungin mo sila. Ask them kung ano ba yung pangangailangan nila, ano ba yung gusto nila, ano ba yung mga suggestion nila sa grupo na ginawa mo, ano ba yung mga ayaw nila, di ba? Kailangan mo silang tanungin, hindi lang dapat ikaw yung nasusunod, di ba? Dapat kailangan mo din tanungin kung ano ba yung mga gusto at ayaw nila. last one is the referent power. So when you say referent power, the ability to control another behavior because the person wants to identify with the power source. So dito is comes from the leader capacity to influence and inspire his followers. So di ako sure dito, pero ang naintindihan ko dito is, for example, sa celebrities, di ba? So, di ba yung celebrities nagkakaroon sila ng followers? So, nagkakaroon sa followers. For example, ako, di ba, followers ko followers. I mean, finalo ko si Catherine, si Nadine, ganyan. So, dahil doon is, kumbaga, kung ano yung ginagawa ng idol mo is, nai-inspire ka sa kanila, nai-inspire ka, kumbaga, kung ano yung nakikita mo sa kanila is ginagaya mo, yung ina-apply mo sa sarili.
Good morning, ma'am. So I will continue the discussion of Miss Gemma Rose, and we will tackle the symbols of power. So we have here the Cantor symbols of power. The primary characteristics of Cantor's 7 symbols of power is that they provide an ability to aid or assist person. Her symbols are active and other is directed. So we have here the Cantor 7 symbols of power. Number 1, ability to intercede for someone in trouble. To act or interpose in behalf of someone in difficulty or trouble as by pleading or petition. So number 2, ability to get placement for favored employees. It is arranging and getting a key promotion. For an example is employee. Number 3, exceeding budget limitations. A manager who can go beyond and above average for his or her employees has a power. Number 4, procuring above average raises for employees. A manager who can pull incentives above average. So number 5, getting items done on own terms at meetings. Number 6, access to early information. Having access to information before anyone else is an indication of power. The last one is top managers seeking out opinion. Top managers may seek advice from their lower level managers. The lower level managers have a power. Okay, so letter B, symbols of powerlessness. The first lines of revision often display 3 symptoms of powerlessness. These are number 1, overly close of revisions, and the number 2, inflexible adherence to rules. Third one is a tendency to do the job themselves rather than educating and training their subordinates to do. Okay, so unlike Kuttner, Michael Korda has identified 3 symbols of power. Okay, so number 1, office furnishing, time power, and then standby. Furnishing, office furniture is a message about power one has. Size of the manager's table conveys the amount of power the manager has. Okay, number 2 is time power. When we say time power, the powerful executive value time much. A full calendar of the day is a proof of manager's power. The last one is the standby. People are obliged to stay close to their phones so that the executive can have access to them. The idea is that the more you can impose your schedule on your people, the more power you have. So, that's the symbols of power.
Ways to expand power. Clearly define rules and responsibilities. So, pag tinawag natin ganun, ito yung tungkulin at responsibilidad ng isang tao. For example, mga empleyado dapat alam nila yung tungkulin nila bilang empleyado at responsible din nila kung ano ang dapat nilang gawin. Number 2, provide opportunities for creative problem solving with that direction to act. So, pag tinawag natin provide opportunities for creative problem solving, ito yung paano mo i-handle yung mga kasama mo. For example, na paano mo sila hikayatin kung paano mo sila pagsabihan ng tama para magawa nila yung trabaho nila. And third, emphasize different way to exercising influence. So, ito yung yung bigyan ng iba't ibang paraan at yung impluwensya. And pang-apat, provide support individual so they become comfortable with development their power. Sinabi na, magbigay suporta sa isa't isa. Maging comfortable kayo sa isa't isa, ganun. And pang-lima, expand statement for thinking and acting being. So, pag ginawag natin ganon, yung palawakin natin yung pag-isip at pagkikilos at sa pagsunod. 2 phases of power. So, personal power is based on strength, confidence, and competence that individual gradually acquire in the course of their development. Personal power and more of an attitude or state of mind that an attempt to maneuver or control others. This is based on competence, vision, positive personal qualities, and service. Yung sa personal power kasi, ayan yung ginagamit niya, yung power na pwedeng makatulong sa sarili niya para umangat o kung ano man yung gustuhin niya. And sa social control is a study of the mechanism in the form of pattern and pressure through which a society maintains social orders and cohesion. Regardless of this source, the goal in social control is to maintain conformity to established norm and rules. So, tinawag po natin social control naman ay ayan yung may control sa lahat na nasasakupan mo. Hindi lang ikaw ang nakikinabang sa pagiging outcomes niyang power mo, kundi pati na rin yung mga pati na rin yung mga taong nasa paligid mo.
Ako naman tayo sa different tactics or techniques. So, nandyan si consultation, rational persuasion, inspirational appeal, and disintegration. So, dito tayo kay consultation. So, when we say consultation, you should know your people. Yes, kailangan mo malaman yung mga tao mo. Kailangan mo malaman kung sino ba yung mga kagrupo mo, kung sino ba yung belong sa grupo mo. Kailangan mo alamin yung mga attitude na meron sila. Siyempre, hindi lang dapat sa physical. Dapat alamin mo din yung mga pag-uugali na meron sila. And alamin mo din kung ilan ba sila. Hindi yung basta kilala mo sila ganyan. Dapat kilalanin mo sila physical, emotional, and mental. Okay? Next is rational persuasion. So, when we say rational persuasion, ask them. Yung parang tanungin mo sila. Ask them kung ano ba yung pangangailangan nila, ano ba yung gusto nila, ano ba yung mga suggestion nila sa grupo na ginawa mo, ano ba yung mga ayaw nila, di ba? Kailangan mo silang tanungin, hindi lang dapat ikaw yung nasusunod, di ba? Dapat kailangan mo din tanungin kung ano ba yung mga gusto at ayaw nila.
So let us move on to the next one is the different tactic. The third one is the inspirational appeal. Seek to tap into our values, emotions, and beliefs to gain support for our request or course of action. For example, of inspirational appeal is when someone tells you that if you continue to work hard and put in effort, you will be promoted. Okay, the fourth one or the last one is ingratiation. as a process by which someone tries to win the approval or acceptance to another.
Hello po. Ang i-discuss ko po ay types of authority. Number one is charismatic authority. It is an influence possessed by person by virtue of their personal magnetism. It flows not from the legal basis of one's power but an individual personal gifts. Charismatic authority. Ito yung umaangkin ng katangian upang maimpluwensyahan niya ang ibang tao. Number 2, rational legal authority. A leadership-based established law. People obey the leader or executive because they accept his or her power under the law. Rational legal authority. Kapag sinabi namang rational legal authority, ay ito yung tanggap ng mga tao kung anong ang ipinatutupad ng kanilang presidente dahil gusto nila ito. Number 3 is traditional authority. The leadership is based from the culture that is people often give allegiance to the one who occupy the institutional positions. Traditional authority. From the word itself, traditional. Ito yung traditional na kultura ng isang bansa sa kanilang sinusunod. Number 4, coercive authority. The power to use force such as police or military force to demand obedience from the subordinate. Lastly, coercive authority. Ito naman yung gumagamit sila ng dahas o kanilang kapangyarihan para masunod yung mga kagustuhan nila. And yun lamang po. Thank you po. That's all.